Reduce environmental impact in the transportation sector. Are hybrids the only option?
Through advancements in technology and groundbreaking discoveries, biodiesel has been progressively prevalent in society. A hybrid car is a cross between a gasoline-powered car and an electric car. A hybrid's engine is smaller and uses advanced technologies to reduce emissions and increase efficiency. It contains a battery for its electric motor and uses the battery until it becomes depleted. Then it switches to fuel. We are proposing that the transportation sector needs to consider other methods for vehicles to be more environmentally friendly. Our solution to cars beyond the hybrid is biodiesel, a form of clean diesel and more efficient internal combustion engines. This combination of biodiesel plus better engines reduces oil dependence and decreases greenhouse gases. Therefore, our solution helps mitigate anthropogenic climate change.
Wait, so why are we doing this? The biggest problem is the amount of greenhouse gases in the world. America is one of the countries that produce the highest amount of greenhouse gases, and people believe that hybrids are the only solution to this problem.
Diesel engines are the engines of the future. As of today, there are many negative connotations associated with diesel gas. People picture big cars and large emissions of pollutants, so vehicle consumers may be skeptical of biodiesel fuel.
So diesel's a good thing?
Solutions and the science behind it. Biodiesel is produced from renewable fuels such as vegetable oil and animal fats. It can be mixed with petroleum or a pure biodiesel. Pure biodiesel is referred to as B100, while blends of biodiesel and petroleum are referred to as B5, which is 5% biodiesel and 95% diesel. Obviously, using pure diesel, biodiesel, is the ultimate goal. Currently, most cars use ignition combustion engines. In a push towards reducing the impact cars have on the environment, the government is requiring companies to increase the miles per gallon a car can achieve. As a result, several new engines have been developed. First is the turbocharging. It creates a more fuel-efficient engine by capturing escaping exhaust, which causes a turbine to begin to spin and take in clean air instead of the turbine using its own energy to suck air in. More torque is created, allowing for a more fuel-efficient engine. Another type of engine is the homogeneous charge compression ignition, also called the HCCI. This engine runs specifically off of diesel engines, which, unlike gasoline engines, uses the heat that is created to compress itself and ignite, reducing the amount of fuel used. Another engine is the cylinder deactivation. Certain cylinders are deactivated when power becomes low. Thus, unlike current ignition combustion engines, which only use about 30% of its power and make the engines work harder, this new engine uses 4 out of 8 cylinders at a time at full power to increase fuel economy. This picture shows a turbocharger. Above the turbocharger is where the exhaust is recirculated and draws in air more efficiently, creating more torque.
Going back to biodiesel, this graph compares tailpipe emissions of biodiesel to petroleum diesel fuel. As the percentage of biodiesel increases, the amount of particulate matter or soot seen in green on the graph decreases. Hydrocarbons, represented by the blue line, also decreases as the percentage of biodiesel increases. However, using biodiesel may result in greater emissions of smog-forming nitrogen oxides as seen by the red line.
That makes so much more sense!
So basically, the main benefits from using clean diesel is that it lowers fuel consumption and reduces CO2 emissions into the atmosphere. The engines also give more torque, allowing for the cars to have better fuel efficiency. Biodiesel is a renewable resource as opposed to the current fossil fuels that we use, which will eventually in turn run out. The main drawback in using biodiesel as a main source of energy in engines is that biodiesel is reliant on specific crops. Crops in mass production bring problems such as regionally sustainable, needing large quantities of water, deforestation, and an increase in fertilizer use and pesticide damage. On top of those, we use petroleum gas in order to farm the crops needed for biodiesel gas. This is completely counterproductive.
So what have we learned? Hybrid cars are not the only solution to decreasing the transportation sector's environmental impact on the world. Clean diesel such as biodiesel and alternative engines can both reduce environmental impact. These all reduce the amount of hydrocarbons emitted and the amount of fuels used.
While there are potential drawbacks to these solutions, scientists will be developing new methods related to biodiesel and engines that can prove to be effective. For future developments of this topic, new sources such as algae can be used to significantly decrease emissions, demonstrating how clean diesel and alternative engines have great potential in the future.
Bibliography. Can cars run on candy corn?